Okay, a long day and a great day. Lots of things. I think the American Innovations thing at Sprayer, I think the Zoe Freitag thing, being the name being used at Sprayer, I think the counter drug program that Zoe is involved in. So much more understanding comes from actually going to the details, going to the facts, looking at her involvement, and looking at the fact that someone from like an Imran Awan would want to exercise control over that kind of information. To in his network, he has somebody who's leading the proposal team at General Dynamics. So there's lots of pay-to-play possibilities. I'm not saying there's any pay-to-play, but you put it's almost like leaving, like I've said before, leaving Imran alone in the bank at night with the vault open, and then just going home and trusting. Now, there are those who would say, George, you're too aggressive. You're going at this too aggressively, or you exposed Laurel, or went after Laurel too hard. I did not. First of all, I stayed off this story for 5 days. Didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever. I never filmed her home or did an interview with her at all. Luke Rosiak reported her name. So I stayed off the story to begin with for 5 days. The only thing I ever covered about the story was just the fact that the Imran Awan, just the inconsistencies after the video interview. As soon as I saw the video interview and I saw the inconsistencies in the video interview, I came forward and said, hey, there's some questions here. I think that Imran Awan, this is exactly what I said, you can check the tape, is using her laptop. And as soon as I saw that thing where they were filming the router, I said, that just doesn't appear there magically overnight. I'm sorry, it's been a really long day and I've been up like 16 hours. So that's when I got involved. As soon as I saw that router, I said, wait a minute, he's coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He's compromised her laptop. I wasn't the one who put her social security number out there. I wasn't the one who filmed her street on Kingsway there in Kingston. All I wanted to do was get the Raul Abbas recreation so we could find Raul Abbas. Everyone's looking for Raul Abbas in D.C. and can't find him. He's still up there in Congress. He still has rights to the system. In the meantime, we found out yesterday or Sunday that there has been 5,400 illegal accesses over a 7-month period of time. And we found out in the article, what I said was, that was from the February purchase of all these iPhones through CDW. So we know Imran's purchasing through CDW, and we know he has to purchase through GSA. So in the report, if you look at it, it talks about the March, them looking at this data in March. So we know it's coming from the February purchases. It's not April like Jason says it is, because you can't start looking at something and investigating something if the investigation hasn't started. Okay, so it didn't start later in April. The article clearly quotes March. Okay, so I didn't, like I said, I did not ever go to the Kingsway place. I never photographed all the cars and all the license plates on Kingsway, all the street numbers on Kingsway. I didn't publish any of those things, none of them. What I did do was go to the place where the Awans had a person who had lived with them said that was Nadia Awan, only it was Aman. The W had been turned over into an M. And I just had noticed, I said, look, this is odd that somebody in Customs and Border Protection is living with the Awans, or 5 doors down if you believe the address change. And also on this, fiber route right from the Coast Guard Nerve Center. So that was the only thing I was there. I was on the other side of the street. I was not even close to their house. There was no intimidation whatsoever. That's way different than secretly filming somebody with a pen camera and going into, filming a former Secretary of State with a pen camera. I mean, it's just two totally different worlds. I'm way on the other side of the street. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I had heard Audrey Taggart on tonight. Unfortunately, my PC is still down, so I'm working off the cell phone.